Welcome to Read the Story. Subscribe and like it. I think it's not difficult for you. Thank you. Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is not a story. These are the opinions of psychologists. If you are interested, you can discuss this in the comments. Psychological aspects of cheating. Men and women. Infidelity is one of the most difficult challenges people can face in a relationship. It deeply affects emotions, creates stress, and leaves psychological scars, not only on the individuals directly involved, but also on those around them, children, relatives, and friends. In this detailed exploration, we will delve into the psychological aspects of cheating, understand why it is so destructive, what it leads to, and what to do if the temptation to cheat arises. Along the way, we will reference the views of well-known psychologists and real-life examples. Reasons for infidelity in men and women. Cheating can occur for many reasons, and the motivation may differ depending on gender, personality traits, the dynamics of the relationship, and numerous other factors. Marital problems, feelings of loneliness, dissatisfaction with oneself or one's partner, and a desire for something new. All of these can serve as a basis for someone to decide to cheat. Men and infidelity. Men often cheat for physical reasons. One of the main motivations, according to the psychologist Esther Perel, is a crisis of self-identity. A man may begin to feel that his sexual attractiveness or importance in the relationship is diminishing, especially if he feels that his partner is not paying enough attention to his emotional or sexual needs. Sometimes, men cheat to reaffirm their masculinity or regain a sense of control over their lives. Perel also emphasizes that infidelity in men is often not about the absence of love for their partner. It can be an attempt to fill an inner void or cope with a personal crisis, such as midlife crisis. John Gottman, a psychologist and relationship expert, states that a key reason for male infidelity is the lack of emotional connection with their partner, even though this is often expressed through sexual behavior. Many men may not fully understand their emotional needs, and as a result, address this issue through physical infidelity, as it seems like a more tangible solution. Women and infidelity. Women, on the other hand, are more likely to cheat for emotional reasons. In her book, Not Just Friends, Dr. Shirley Glass explains that women often seek emotional connections outside of marriage when they feel ignored or lonely within their primary relationship. When a woman feels emotionally disconnected from her partner, she may start developing a relationship with someone who provides the emotional support and understanding she lacks at home. The psychological aspect of infidelity in women is often tied to a search for emotional security and closeness. Even if sexual activity exists in the marriage, the absence of emotional intimacy can become the catalyst for cheating. Glass emphasizes that women value emotional involvement, and when it fades, the door to infidelity can open. Types of infidelity. Infidelity can manifest in various forms. 1. Physical infidelity. This involves sexual relationships with someone outside of marriage or a committed relationship. This is the classic and most recognized form of betrayal, which many perceive as the ultimate breach of trust. 2. Emotional infidelity. This occurs when a person develops a deep emotional connection with someone other than their partner, even if there is no physical contact. Emotional infidelity can be just as painful, if not more so, because emotional energy that should be directed toward the partner is being spent on someone else. 3. Combined infidelity. This type involves both physical and emotional connections with another person. It can inflict a double blow to the relationship, destroying both the physical and emotional intimacy with the primary partner. Why cheating is destructive. The breakdown of trust. Trust is the foundation of any healthy relationship. Without it, true intimacy, understanding, and joint growth are impossible. Cheating breaks down this foundation, violating the boundaries of mutual respect and commitment, creating deep emotional devastation. Once trust is broken, restoring it becomes an extremely difficult task, and sometimes it may not even be possible. Emotional trauma. Infidelity can leave the person who was cheated on feeling empty and insecure. This situation often leads to depression, anxiety disorders, and even post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. The betrayed partner may suffer from obsessive thoughts about the infidelity, overwhelming pain, and a sense of humiliation. These emotional effects can persist for years if they are not properly addressed. Loss of self-esteem. People who have been cheated on often begin to question themselves. What's wrong with me? Or why wasn't I good enough? This can severely undermine self-esteem and lead to long-term issues with self-perception. They may start doubting their attractiveness and importance, which in turn can negatively affect their mental health and future relationships. Impact on the family and children. When children are involved, infidelity can not only destroy marital relations, but also have a significant psychological impact on the children. Children often perceive infidelity as a personal betrayal, leading to feelings of guilt, anxiety, and worry. In some cases, children may begin to blame themselves for their parents' divorce, believing that they somehow influenced the outcome. Furthermore, infidelity can lead to the breakup of the family unit, which is a traumatic experience for children. Psychologists assert that children whose parents divorce due to infidelity often suffer from emotional problems later in life, experiencing difficulties with trust and building healthy relationships. Consequences of infidelity. The breakdown of relationships. Infidelity often leads to the end of the relationship. The partner who was cheated on may decide that reconciliation is impossible. Even if the couple tries to rebuild their relationship, the process will be extremely difficult and require great effort from both sides. Restoring trust after an infidelity is a long and arduous journey. Psychological trauma. Infidelity inflicts psychological trauma on both partners. The one who cheated may feel guilt and shame, especially if they realize the damage they have caused to the relationship. The psychological burden and inner conflict may lead to depression and other emotional problems. Issues with trust in future relationships. People who have experienced infidelity often have trouble trusting their future partners. They may become suspicious and avoid emotional closeness, fearing a repetition of betrayal. This can hinder the formation of healthy, happy relationships in the future. What to do if you feel the urge to cheat? When the desire to cheat arises, it's important to understand that this is a signal that something is wrong in the relationship. Before making decisions that could destroy the relationship, it's worth conducting a deep self-analysis and trying to understand your feelings. 1. Self-analysis. The first step is to try to understand the reasons behind the urge to cheat. Why does this desire arise? Is it due to dissatisfaction with the relationship, or is it related to personal issues? Often, the desire to cheat reflects inner conflicts or dissatisfaction with one's own situation in life. Example: Alexei, a successful entrepreneur, began to notice that he was attracted to other women, despite having a loving wife. Through self-analysis, he realized that the reason for his desire to cheat was related to a midlife crisis. He felt detached from his youth and began looking for ways to reclaim lost energy and youthfulness. This crisis could have been addressed in other ways, such as through self-discovery, new hobbies, or talking to a psychologist. 2. Open dialogue with your partner. If problems in the relationship are contributing to the desire to cheat, it's important to discuss them with your partner. Often, the desire to cheat is tied to emotional or physical dissatisfaction, which can be resolved through honest conversation. Open and candid communication can help find solutions and prevent infidelity. 3. Marriage counseling. If the problems seem too complex to resolve on your own, seeking help from a professional psychologist or marriage counselor is a wise step. Couples therapy can help partners understand each other, improve communication, and restore intimacy in the relationship. A psychotherapist can help identify the root causes of a relationship crisis and offer strategies for overcoming it. Example: Anna and Sergey, married for over 10 years, noticed that their relationship was losing emotional closeness. Anna began to think about starting a relationship on the side. Instead of suppressing these thoughts or acting on them, she suggested that Sergey see a marriage counselor. Through therapy, they discovered that the reason for the emotional distance was a lack of time for each other. The therapist recommended several exercises to improve emotional connection, and the couple was able to restore their relationship. 4. Reevaluating your priorities. If the urge to cheat persists, it may be time to reevaluate your priorities and understand whether the current relationship can truly meet your needs. Sometimes it's better to end the relationship honestly than to destroy it with infidelity, which can cause even more harm. 5. Finding alternative ways to meet your needs. Sometimes the urge to cheat is connected to unmet emotional or physical needs. It's important to recognize that these needs can be fulfilled in other ways that don't involve infidelity. For example, you might find a hobby that brings joy and energy, improve relationships with friends, or deepen emotional connections with your partner through shared projects and new activities. Conclusion: infidelity is a complex psychological phenomenon that involves both emotional and physical aspects. It is destructive to relationships because it undermines trust and causes deep emotional trauma. Both men and women cheat for different reasons, but the consequences are universally damaging to self-esteem, trust, and the future of the relationship. Addressing problems in the relationship through communication, self-analysis, and therapy is essential for preventing the devastating effects of cheating. You can also send me your stories. I think it would be useful for all of us to listen.